Hello everybody and welcome back to the Bourbon Bar. I'm Holden and today I'm bringing you guys a review of the new Elijah Craig Barrel Proof batch A123. Let's just get right into this. So you all know how it is, A123, A batch, first batch of the year, 1 being January, 23 being 2023. They have 3 batches a year. This in particular one is 62.8% alcohol. That comes to 125.6 proof. And every one of these Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs, until proven otherwise, is 12-year-old age-stated bourbon. So, this will always be 12-year-old age-stated unless, for some reason, God forbid, they take the age statement off the bottle, which would suck for everyone, yes. But, you know, it's kind of one of those things where everyone knows this is going to be great whiskey, especially for the price. Retails at $70, and honestly, some places might upcharge you for them, but they're not too hard to find. So if you're looking hard enough, I definitely think you can find them for that $70 price. All of the ones I've gotten have been at that MSRP price range, so overall, I mean, you can't really go wrong with an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, but let's go ahead and see if this A123 lives up to all the expectations that Elijah Craig Barrel Proof holds. Starting on the nose. Okay, so immediately I'm getting some peanutiness, dusty peanuts, a little bit of peanut brittle actually would be a really good note for it. It's kind of got that like peanut brittly, like, I don't want to call it salty, but like it does have like a peanut brittly aspect to it, more than like a peanuts, because it is kind of sweet. That brown sugar is caked right in there with some caramel in here. It definitely has some oak presence, obviously being 12 years old. Elijah Craig is kind of known for having an oak presence, so there's that. Also, like I said, 12-year age statement, it's going to have oak presence in there, but this one does smell a little bit higher on the oak than some other releases I've had. There's also a little bit of an underlying red fruity note. I want to say like a cherry or like a dark like Luxardo cherry type aspect in this one. Overall, this nose really smells decadent, full-bodied. Yeah, I'm excited to get on the palate, so let's just go ahead and drink it. And it's very good. That's the end of the video. But for real, guys, it's Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. I mean, this is fantastic. The back end, there's a lot of spice on this one, actually. Like a significant amount of spice, not like a whole lot, but like more than I think in a typical Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Now, this is the hottest one that I've had, the hottest one in the last 2 years, I believe, coming in at the 125.6 proof. That being said, it is drinking warm. It's definitely got a lot of that like sweetness and red fruit up front in the beginning, just on the front of the palate, but it moves into the darker half of the palate on the finish. All of that stuff, that the peanut note that I was getting on the nose is definitely coming through to the palate, but a lot more of that oak and chocolate, and then a very nice spice on the finish. It is a little bit more of an oak spice, but not in like a tannic oak, more like a sweet, oaky, chocolatey spiciness, you know, like baking spices all around in the finish. But let's go ahead and get another sip just to be sure. To be sure. The finish is probably one of the greatest parts about this one right here. I really like the finish on this one. The palate, the mouthfeel it's decadent, it's creamy, it's rich. It'll be interesting to see how this compares to the other Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs that I have. And I will do that in a Patreon video, so if you guys are interested in Patreon, I have a link in the description. I have a $2 or $5 tier memberships that you guys can just join the Patreon for $2 or $5 a month, and then you get all access to my exclusive videos, which are after the episode exclusives. You'll be the first to get any kind of merch that I put out, any kind of things that I offer from the Bourbon Bar. You guys will be the first ones to get it as a Patreon member. So that being said, I will go ahead and do a comparison to probably my 2 favorite Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs, which is B522 and C921, and I'll put this up against it and see how it lives up to those 2. But if you guys are interested in that, hit the link in the description. But before I move on to the grading portion of this, I'd like to give you guys a message from today's sponsor. Alright everybody, so as you guys know, I personally like wristwatches a lot, and lately I've been working with a company called Wrist Mafia. Now if you guys don't know what that is, Wrist Mafia is a subscription-based company where you can get a watch sent to your doorstep every month for only $40 a month. Now, you don't get to pick the watches they send you, but what this allows you to do is build a collection of watches that you may not have gravitated toward, or colors that you may not have thought you wanted, and then you all of a sudden you have this nice big collection of watches, and you have one that will match every outfit that you guys have. Now, personally, I like all the watches they sent me. They've all been really cool and unique in one way or the other. And one in particular, one that I just got from them, is this Vagabond right here. It's a very military style watch here. It's got the timers, it's got the buttons, it glows in the dark. It has everything for a functionality of a watch, and it is durable and waterproof up to a certain amount underwater. So overall, it's a nice watch. It's big and puffy, and believe it or not, guys, I actually do airsofting. So a lot of times I'll be wearing my camo or my ghillie suit with my sniper rifle. I'll be out in the woods shooting other people, and this is the one that I would wear for that occasion because it's just perfect. It would match. It would be great with the camo. But that's what I'm talking about with Wrist Mafia, is you just get watches that you didn't think you needed until you got them, and then you find the occasion where you get to wear them, and it's very exciting. But if you guys are interested in Wrist Mafia, like I said, it's $40 a month, and you get a watch sent to your door every single month. So click the link in the description. Also, I have a discount code. It is a Bourbon Bar, all one word, all caps. That'll save you 20% off at the checkout. And if you guys are interested in maybe getting one of these for your significant other or a partner or whatever you guys have in your life that's special to someone, you can get a 3 or 6 month subscription package, which you pay at once, and then you can get something sent to your door or someone else's door for the next 3 to 6 months, depending on the package that you buy. So that being said, make sure you guys check out Wrist Mafia and join the Mafia today. Alright everybody, so we're back, and now we're going to go ahead and do the grading portion. Now you guys know how this works. I have a nose, palette, and value for the money round. Starting on the nose. Now this nose, I like this nose a lot. Honestly, I think it's fantastic, well-rounded. It's got everything that I want out of a Logitech barrel proof, and a lot of those classic Heaven Hill notes, especially with that peanut brittle and that oak presence. So on the nose, I'm giving this an 8.9 out of 10. Now moving on to the palette, it's great up front and it's a nice decent mouthfeel, but what really shines is the finish in the palette. While the finish can't carry up the other parts of the palette, it does make it carry a good weight of, the entire palette overall. So the palette, I'm gonna have to give an 8.8 out of 10. And then finally we've got the value for the money. Now this one, it's a Logitech barrel proof. It doesn't get much better for the value for the money. $70 for something that can basically battle up to $100, $200 whiskeys and hit in that weight class and keep up with those things. It's impressive. It's impressive to say the least. And that's why value for the money for this Logitech barrel proof A123 is 9.6 out of 10. Rounding them all together and dividing by 3, we get a total score of 9.1 out of 10 for a Logitech barrel proof batch A123. So basically, guys, it's a Logitech barrel proof. Make sure you buy it. But that being said, that's the end of the video. If you guys liked it, please hit the like button. Also, leave a comment in the comment section. Have you found A123 and do you enjoy it? Because I know I did. That being said, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next class.